And John Kernan is there in Dale Jarrett's pit.
Dale Jarrett, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet crew are in. It looks like it's only going to be right side tires. They don't have someone on the left side taking off the lug nut. I just assumed they'd probably go with 4. The gas is in. They will go down and away. Let's go down to Earnhardt's pit and Jerry Punch.
And John, the world is pitting down here. Earnhardt nearly tags the 27 car. He fortunately hits the brakes, and that brake will allow Dale Jarrett to go by him on pit road. 11.1 seconds for 2 right side tires. And Earnhardt is away. Everyone now headed back. Everyone down here that we saw with only right side tires to try to save track position.
Great pit stop for Dale Jarrett. He's going to be leading this thing when we go back to racing. Earnhardt will line up in 2nd position. We'll take another break and be right back to Talladega.
Probably changed 4 tires.
Yeah, that's probably what it did, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Sterling broke a shock. They're going to try and fix it. The 15's just pulling in. They're just pushing it in. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet.
No, it didn't.
Well, I don't know. He hit him pretty good.
But the engine is running. That's
What, on the 15 car?
Yeah.
No, engine's not running.
No, it is. But he hit him pretty good.
Oh, come around to here, Brad.
Marlon Stanley lead lap.
Next weekend, the Winston Cup cars are on. It's going to be up at Martinsville Speedway, and that date is not on your original Busch Series schedule. Remember, after all the snow of a few weeks ago, the Miller Classic was rescheduled.
Yeah, the radiator's broken. You can see down here where it was pushed into it. So the radiator, they're going to have to replace the radiator on the 15.
Okay. Okay. ESPN Speed World at the 2.6-mile Talladega Superspeedway. The Winston 500 NASCAR Winston Cup race. We're under caution for the first time, and this is what happened. We're riding with Jeff Bodine. Sterling Marlin is just ahead.
And Sterling gets up into lake speed a little bit, has to back off the gas, and Bodine had his momentum, and he just rammed into the back of him. Of course, Sterling spun to the inside of the track.
And it didn't appear as if Jeff Bodine's car was damaged, but John Kernan it is. It's behind the wall.
Well, Bob, what they're working on right now is the radiator. Apparently, when he did get into Sterling, a piece of metal or the framework that holds the nose on got pushed back into the radiator, and now they're pushing some of that away. They're trying to get the radiator right now, so it's stuck. They're having a hard time pulling it out, so they're going to have to remove a couple more screws and get it out. Jeff Bodine sitting behind pit wall, losing some valuable time as they try to repair the radiator.
All right, a tough break again for Jeff Bodine, who's had 3 misfortunes in the last 3 races. Now, Rusty Wallace was one of the first to come in, but he was one of the last to leave. Jerry, what happened?
Well, actually, Rusty Wallace's crew changed 4 tires. They're about halfway up pit road between where John Kernan and I are standing. It's very difficult when the entire world is pitting to be able to see exactly, but they changed 4 tires. And they also, because the fenders are so close on the super speedway cars, they had to take time to move the steering wheel back and forth to get the left front tire beneath the left front fender. All that, the 4-tire stop plus the manipulation of the steering wheel in 19.5 seconds. But he's got 4 fresh tires, and the others have 2.
So that explains why Rusty Wallace will line up behind everybody else. Well, last week in our track back, we looked at front camber. We're going to take a look at rear camber now with Larry McReynolds. track facts are brought to you by Quaker State. The Big Q is one tough motor oil.
You learn that rear camber is stationary. Once you set it, you can't change it. One luxury we have with front camber is we can adjust it. The way we see how much camber that we have is we use a camber gauge. The center of the bubble tells us how many degrees of camber we have. What we want to do with front camber is find a compromise to keep as much of the tire patch on the ground on the straightaways as well as in the corner. It's real important to keep as much of it on the ground in the corner as we can, because as the tire rolls, the front end travels, the tire patch will try to leave the ground. The way we adjust our camber is with front end shims. If we want to lean the tire in more, we add shims. If we want to lean the tire out, we take shims out. The way that we see if we're getting the optimum camber reading is by looking at a tire sheet taken from across the surface of the tire after the driver comes in from a practice run. With the development of the Goodyear radial tire, fine-tuning the camber has become real important.
Thanks, Larry. Like I said, last week we looked at rear camber, and this
No.
front.
Don't you ever watch these shows? Last week, Robin Pemberton talked about rear camber.
That's what I
and
said.
we showed. You didn't say that.
Benny, you're not listening again to me. Doggone it. Well, looking back from the Pontiac pace car, we see Dale Jarrett lined up, ready to restart the Winston 500 in a couple of minutes. We'll take another break and be back in just a moment.
You big liar. I hope that got out. It did, didn't it?
I hope so, too. That just capped it off. Benny said, "You big liar," and I hope we got it on the air before we went to break.
I think it was during the music, so it probably got on,
I
didn't it?
hope so. That just capped it off.
I think it did.
Ned, I wouldn't get out of the electric chair to get in that middle of that pack right now.
20 cars now on the lead lap. Is that right?
20 cars. How many cars on the lead lap,
That's
Billy?
what it says.
Wait a minute.
40 is the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Based on 8 cars wrong, I changed it now.
He did lose a lap, huh? Okay.
Haven't got anything yet. Long way between the cup and the lip. I'm desperate.
Welcome back to Talladega, where the cars are moving through the tri-oval and accelerating toward the green flag and a restart of our event. They'll cross the line and complete lap 121. The green comes out on lap 122. We're back to racing. Dale Jarrett at the front of the field. Earnhardt is second, then Mark Martin and Ernie Irvin. Those on the bottom are lapped cars, including Rick Wilson and Kyle Petty and Phil Parsons.
That means Rick Wilson is running in 21st place with 20 cars on the lead lap. Kyle Petty would be 22nd.
Jarrett and Earnhardt break away from Mark Martin.
You know, we mentioned that Rusty Wallace changed 4 tires. We'll see if that helps him or not. But Earnhardt and Jarrett only changed 2 tires, Mark Martin and Ernie Irvin. But just before that caution came out, they were running laps at 195 miles an hour. So I don't think that as far as speed is concerned, that the new tire helped them all the way
Can't get
around.
much better than that.
I see Rusty Wallace on the inside trying to take advantage of those 4 fresh tires. Trying to go to the front. There he is, the black car, black and gold car on the inside of Phil Parsons.
Once again, 3 abreast through the first corner.
Here's Earnhardt with Mark Martin following him, making a move up on the outside.